You're listening to WRUU-LP, Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM, also streaming online at savsoundings.org. What other artists do you find inspiration in?
As of late, Hank Williams, always been there.
Actually, one of your songs, Rain Clouds, speaks to the influence of Hank Williams.
Yes, that song's my favorite song I think I've written because it wrote itself at Hank Williams' grave.
Tell us about that.
Well, we were going to Birmingham, Alabama, and I'd been drinking a lot. We were in my wife's car, and I thought we were in Birmingham, and we were in Montgomery. And she woke me up and threw me a packet she had printed up about Hank and stuff I didn't know about Hank's life, and I read it. It was about midnight. We pulled into the cemetery. She kind of pulled the car facing the headlights towards the grave, and I grabbed my Martin, which I had substantially broken on River Street, and I sat down on the bench, and the song just happened, and it's 2 chords. And when I sat there and I realized that I can either choose whiskey or music, and because whiskey was killing me, I was like yellow. I think when I wrote that song, I was in a bad way. And the next morning, we went to the Hank Williams Museum, and that's been close to 7 years ago. And I've been back to the museum and the gravesite 2 separate times since that to kind of rethink things, have a little talk with Hank. This last time we went through Alabama, I sat on my buddy Wade Allen's porch, just thought about if Hank Williams could say anything to me today, what would it be? And the thought that kept popping in my brain was honor your family, take care of your son. The music thing's fleeting. The business is kind of, let's be honest, very fickle and very chew you up and spit you out. So really it's about family first, God, family, music. And after 3 years of not drinking, I got a portrait of Hank Williams on my right arm. I went back to Chris Autry over at Black Orchid, and he framed it in yesterday. And last night was the solstice, and it was something I needed to do to keep on the path of not drinking, because I'm terrible at it. Did you want to hear Rain Clouds, like an acoustic version of that, real quick?
Rain Clouds.
Yeah. Rain clouds over Montgomery, I hear the lost highway calling me. Down by the tracks there's a whistle blowing. This restless spirit inside me is growing. Woody hop fast, rattlers there. Wrote some songs to change this world's air. And my voice I lift up as an offering. And my voice I lift up as an offering. 'Cause it's all I got to offer. It's all I got to offer. It's all I got to offer to you. Through switchbacks and snow we pressed on. Got some relief from a shot in the wrong arm. Got old backseat pills and 80 proof. Old bones went to sleep and left through the roof. And my voice I lift up as an offering. And my voice I lift up as an offering. 'Cause it's all I got to offer. 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 It's all I got to offer to you. Rain clouds over Montgomery. I know this lost highway's killing me.
Giving your voice as an offering, that's quite clear. What do some of the other lyrics speak to? What were you thinking at the time?
Well, I wasn't really thinking at the time. I was drinking, and I sat on the bench by that gravesite, and all those words, that's how it arrived. So that was never really written to paper, so I never thought about it twice much. Actually, originally on the acoustic album, it says a voice I offer up as an offering. And then on the Trainwrecks album, Steve said, change the offer to lift. So we changed on the Trainwrecks album, it says, a voice I lift up.
So I hear you're recording a new album with the Trainwrecks.
We're going to record in February. I can play a snippet of new ones that are going to be on the new album coming up. Oh, well, this will be, I know what the first verse is going to be on this one. Where it goes from there, we'll see where it goes. Right now it's called Stay the Course. It's the start of another southern summer. The tourists are all in town, and I know that when you left, I'd never felt so low down. I was a mess when we met. You were understanding of my condition. Now I almost got in the broken. Whoops. And I know that you'd be there with permission. So don't leave, darling, please. I need you now more than ever to stay the course with me. Stay the course with me. And it's the start of another southern winter. The trolleys are still moving round, and they drive me out of my mind when I'm trying to get downtown. So just leave, don't you grieve. I need you now more than ever to stay the course with me. Stay the course with me. It's the end of another southern summer. That's all I got so far. It's
Okay.
You know, it's getting there. Now it's been marinating for a while now. Just we just got in the rehearsal room last week and got it arranged, and the Dobro is going to be doing some really cool stuff on that one. Trainwrecks album.
Okay.
Yes. I like to do a new song. It's going to be on a new record I'm working on, and it's called Great Collapse. Infrastructure's failed, the roads have all been closed, everybody's pointing fingers, no one knows. I thought ours was a good life. I guess it's hard to tell. Now that we run out of options, maybe the best ideas fail. It seems like we just weren't aware of it. We couldn't hold on to the time as it passed. I only wish that I could have helped you before the great collapse. Some say they saw it was coming. People say dumb shit like that. Some say it was already written. Some say there's some sort of plan. I guess I never realized that endings were part of the deal. Everything we took for granted was any of it real. It seems like we just weren't aware of it. We couldn't hold on to the time as it passed. I only wish that I could have helped you before the great collapse. Tomorrow there will be mercy. Tomorrow there will be light. Tomorrow will forgive us for what we did tonight. I never thought to hold on. I never knew it wouldn't last. Tomorrow don't stop to remember what we let go in the past. It seems like we just weren't aware of it. We couldn't hold on to the time as it passed. I only wish that I could have helped you before the great collapse. I only wish that I could have helped you before the great collapse. Before the great collapse.
So you've started to put together the next album for the Trainwrecks.
Yeah, we're going to pick 10 tunes and get that done. I sent Jim Hawkins up in Athens a demo of that the other day. He was Otis Redding's Capricorn engineer there. You know, it was Otis Redding's band. And while the Trainwrecks are taking breaks, I'll just cut a solo record. And so I'll take some tracks from home, I'll take some tracks from the garage or the phone or the iPad. And then we'll go up there and cause I'll just cut one acoustic song at a time and do another guitar harmonica record. And just, I'm going to do one of those every year, I think, till I'm in the dirt. So I don't see any reason to not put the music out there. But I love writing songs. I love the process. It's very, very good for you.
So it appears that even with the new technologies of digital music, you're still into making albums.
Yeah, still definitely album. That art form of making a theme album or a conceptualized album is very important, I think. I think it's important when you hand somebody a tangible thing with art, you know, a booklet and a poster with the chords and the tablature, and that way you can get the album and put up the poster and read the lyrics and play along with it if you like. That's all stuff that's I got time for. Sometimes you give people an album and they might just gravitate towards a couple. But it's the Trainwrecks we've always been, especially the new album. We've always really been focused, and I've been focused on with the solo stuff as well, to make sure that every song counts, that every single song is very fine-tooth combed, very thought out, to where it's just good throughout the whole record. There's not a weak moment or a bad song or a bad lyric on that. You put that on and you don't need to skip around. So we've gotten to the point where it's so easy to skip around songs. You can listen passively or you can listen full attention to an album. And it's nice to sit down and listen to a complete album and designate 40 minutes to give an album a listen if you're a big fan of a band.
Particularly the time and effort you put into selecting the songs for an album. Like
Right.
you said, you may have 30 plus songs
Right.
that you're going to condense down into a 10-song album.
Well, digitally, the thing about that is now, and we did vinyl on the last album and stuff, so that had to be, time constraints on that. But digitally, I think with the next album, we're going to do the press of the 10 or 11 or 12 and try not to overcut songs. But at the same time, if we cut 30, then put 10 on the press and then put 20 on a download card that's with the CD or something, or that's just on the internet. That way people get to hear, well, this was the first take of this and this is how it turned out on the album. It'd be neat to do that. Give people the warts and all, just the arguing in the studio or all the fun laughing stuff that happens in the studio, and just put all that. There's no rules that say you can't. So I like to break rules. I guess that's part of being from Texas. But I also like the idea of doing a digital 45, where it's just an A and a B side, and it's not available anywhere other than on a file. These days you can record something and have it on SoundCloud that night. So the days of having to wait around, if you get something that's maybe out of a headline or something and you want to get it, you need to get it out to people that like your music, you can do that by midnight and record it and have it up online by 3 in the morning, and your listeners have it for breakfast, with coffee. Pretty awesome, actually. I'm trying to embrace the fact that CDs are kind of phasing out. There'll still be a way to move music around, but download cards, and it's pretty convenient to just email demos to people instead of having to mix them, record them at home, mix them, get a CD, take it to the post office, mail it to Athens or mail it to Texas or mail it to North Carolina and say, hey, what do you guys think of this? I can just kind of go, what do y'all think of this? And email it, and is it a keeper? Yeah, okay, good. So being in a hurry is a part of life, but slowing down and realizing that, I'm 38, I got plenty of time to write songs and put out albums and record. But what I don't have plenty of time for is to be a dad. It's a very hard thing to turn off the music and to slow down. And after your body clock's set for a period of this many years, your body clock is set. So going from getting off the road to being a morning person all of a sudden is challenging, even if it's 3 in-town shows in a row that keep you up till 5. Then you wind down at home just like a normal job. You come home, wind down for a couple hours. So sometimes I'm better served to just stay awake and watch the sun come up and then sleep when I'm ready to sleep. I do that often and then wake up and find myself with the guitar on the porch. But it's a living. The Trainwrecks and the solo effort that I'm working on now is, I feel like, going to be something that helps people and helps maybe bill paying system a little bit more. We'll see about all that.
Well, one of the things that I like about live music, particularly with the band, is that you see all that interaction in front of you.
Right.
And that's part of the experience, where you don't see that on a recording.
Yeah. That's true. It's very true. There's a guy, Utah Phillips, that doesn't believe in recording music. If you want to hear him play, you need to go see him play. Nothing ever translates the way it does live. When you're sitting in front of people or the band's fired up and it's a Saturday night, you can record that live show and try to get that lightning in a bottle and put it out on a CD, but most often times I've found that I listen back to live recordings and it's not live. It's just a recording of what happened. So it's kind of like that John Prine lyric, every time it clicks, it steals a little bit of soul. The way the Native Americans felt about their photos being taken. I believe that.
One of the things about music that I find so good is that it's a way for someone else to touch your soul.
Right.
And that's, I think, a very important form of communication.
Right. And that's what it's all about, is communication. You get a bunch of people in a room, and they're shoulder to shoulder, or elbow to elbow in seats, and there's something special that happens with classical music or rock and roll music, folk music, all of that music in general. You have to be next to someone or in a row of people and experience that all together. So there's a transference of energy, I think, that when there's a high energy show, it's reciprocated, and it's kind of, it bounces off of you, and it lifts you up almost to where you levitate. You almost jump out of your boots some nights, That's part of that whole, people talk about mojo or music being a shaman, or being, like Johnny Cash said, that him and Elvis and Jerry Lee were nothing but displaced preachers, just preachers with guitars. So the old blues singers and knew that. But I don't think being fully aware of it is the best thing sometimes, because you might take yourself out of the moment. And if you're not in the moment when you're performing, then you're kind of cheating yourself and the listener of the best you got.
Are there some nights that it just doesn't come?
Oh yeah, there's been some tour dates. We've done some shows that, you do 10 or something in 11 days. You're going to have one that you're just not present for. And then you're going to come back to town and do some solo gigs, and then do a band gig here and there, and then all of them are just, you're there. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. It really is. That's the thing about music, is it can be all encompassing, and it can be a blessing and a curse at the same time sometimes, because with various conditions that us musicians tend to have, especially left-handed ones, maybe it's good to take a break. So I'm off after this show. I'm off. It's gonna be nice to be we're going to the horse farm in Bloomingdale after this, so I need some horse therapy now.
So tell me about your horse therapy.
Well, my mother-in-law's got Jake and Henry. Jake's a paint. He's a good horse. Just being out there is good for the soul. Just lean against a horse and feed him some hay, and maybe play some guitar later at night, but just put the guitar down for a little while will be nice. I think I'm at that point where it's time to do that for a little while.
With the band, can you have the band play and you just sing?
That's happened a few times, yeah. With my left wrist these days, probably in the next few years, I'd like to have at least 4 or 5 songs a night that I don't play guitar on. I do the George Strait thing. Just stand there start the song, and then just stand there with my arm on the guitar so I can really focus on singing. Because I can sing okay if I really try. Gotta reach for those notes sometimes. And it's a lot easier when you don't have to be playing a riff at the same time and all that stuff. So,
in a solo show, have you ever done a cappella?
Yeah. There's some a couple things I do here and there. There's just a boot stomp or something, and then a vocal. That's always fun. I could do one like that. Oh, great ocean. Oh, great sea. Run to the ocean. Run to the sea. Sleep tonight. And may your dreams be realized. And if the thundercloud passes rain, won't you let it rain rain down here. Yeah, it's a couple of songs I've heard over the years. I've kind of thrown together.
And some songs you write with others.
I love that. Yeah, collaboration is good. Collaborations will save your life artistically from trying to be too smart or too deep or too philosophical in songs. I love writing with Dave Williams in Athens. He's a public defender. He was instrumental in Cartel, writing that. We talked about the subject and what we wanted to do, and he flew over some words and we put some music to it. And that song in particular is a special song to me. Pat Bunger's another writer around town that I enjoy his lyrics, and we've written a few. Of course, Stu from the Trainwrecks, we've written quite a few tunes. Jack's favorite song on We Roll On is Soft Landing. It's a good thing Stu wrote the music for that and was instrumental in the lyrics and it being finished, because if I'd have completely written that myself and had to I've listened to it a lot, and because he loves that song. So it's, I mean, for a 3.5-year-old or 3-year-old to like that song, that means I'm doing something right.
So let's listen to Jason's son Jack's favorite song from the Trainwrecks We Roll On album, entitled Soft Landing.
I hear you say, moving so fast towards Judgment Day, way past the moon to outer space. All I can see is the look on your face. Give me a soft landing, coming down. Show me the truth, what will we be? Float with the stars, an endless sea. Break through this time, be free. someday. Softly we crash, come down my way. Give me a soft landing, coming down. I need a soft landing, coming down. Give me a soft landing, coming down. I need a soft landing, coming down.
I'd like to thank Jason Bible very much for being here tonight and sharing with us his music and his life. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This has been another edition of Music Local and Sustainable, and I've been your host, Dave Lake. Save this time for another show next week.
Well, I know we ain't headed for the Hall of Fame. Gonna give it what we got, man, that ain't no shame. Let me know if you can hear me. Check, check, 1, 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Check, check, 1, 2.